everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is your host Tom Quee. We are here for a preview of incredible event. This is the third in the Massacre series, a series that is marquee event now in the year of battle rap, not only in a sense of King of the Dot, but just globally. This is a major event, and I've got the guy on behind it all. We're going to get into that very, very shortly. Very excited as ever to get into that. Please follow us at Battle Rap Resume on Twitter, subscribe to the channel, leave us a review on iTunes. Check out our Patreon as well if you want to give back to the show. You could listen to episodes before they come out. You get access to exclusive content. You can just help me, help to fund the show, keep it all online, all that good stuff. Please go onto our Redbubble as well if you want to pick up a Battle Rap Resume t-shirt or a mouse mat or whatever. Please like all the videos, comment, all that good stuff, engage, share, tell someone you don't know. I mean, we're deep into the show now. You know what it's about. So if you've been listening for a while, I really, really appreciate you. But I had the guy on a while ago, back for his own Battle Rap Resume interview, and now we're doing the preview. Nikiya, how's it going?
Very good, very good. How's it going, Tom?
Very, very well, man. And, obviously we're here to talk about Massacre, which in a certain sense is your sort of baby, I suppose, with King of the Dot, this sort of crazy event. We're now into the third one. How long, so we're about a month away now. We're recording this sort of late June, and the event's July 22nd. How long has this been in the works for you?
Well, it's funny. It's been in the works, obviously, since MASS3, really. Yeah. But I started trying to work on it as far back as November. But couldn't really get off the ground, quite honestly. I kept trying for a few different main events that I was looking at. Really, I've had 3 in mind for the whole time, and Bigg K and Pat ended up being the one that we ended up going with. It was a daunting task, only because Massacre 2 was such a success, and you always want to try and top yourself, and that became kind of difficult after MASS 2.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, and in terms of this event here, getting to MASS3, like what? I mean, we spoke about this a little bit on our episode, but kind of in terms of your relationship with King of the Dot, are you sort of coming with them with the matchups, with the ideas, with the venue? How does it kind of work in a sort of setting it up, the strategy of it?
This one definitely happened a little bit differently than the past 2 years. It's become more and more of a conglomeration each year. This year it became even more so by necessity, actually. I had finally booked a venue and date, and then my daughter had an MRI, brain MRI.
Oh, right.
And we ended up getting news back that we weren't expecting. We were going in there because she has some other symptoms, and we thought it might be a minor case of CP or something like that. Got no answers on that, but she does have a small tumor in her brain. And when I first found that out, it was literally the day after I had booked the venue. I backed out of Massacre. Told King of the Dot that they were on their own. Ended up being a little bit less serious than we first assumed, and my wife pushed me to continue my part of the event. And so we kind of went from there and really put the battles together as a team this time. The past couple of years, it's been, especially the first year, was more me putting the battles together. Lush had some influence on a few of the battles. And then last year, once again, it was myself and Poison Pen really putting together most of the card. Whereas this year, it was more of the whole King of the Dot team from the get-go. And so I can definitely say that this is probably the most team event that Massacre's been thus far.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, terribly sorry to hear about that as well. I hope she's okay, and great that the event is coming together as well, because just as a fan, as I say in the intro, everyone's really looking forward to this. And this is July 22nd. This is the Palladium in Worcester, Massachusetts. Is this where the last Mass was? Is this a new venue or?
No, this is a new venue. So the company that I worked with to get last year's venue, when they saw the success and really enjoyed having us at the venue that we had last year, immediately brought up a bigger venue to me, which is the Palladium. the one we ended up going with this year. We're actually not even opening up the entire venue because the entire venue holds more than 2,000 people.
Wow.
So this is a much bigger place. The area that we're in holds between 1,000 and 1,200. So this is still going to be a very large event, very large venue. We're just not opening up the balcony because we didn't need that space. And then we have to change the format from pit to stage anyways, which is something that we try to avoid if at all possible.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of geography as well, I mean, it's kind of MASS is kind of a Boston-style event, but it's about an hour away, isn't it, Worcester from actual Boston Central?
Yes, no, it is. It's probably the second biggest city in Massachusetts. It's not as far out as the first massacre, which was in Holyoke.
Right.
But no, it's not in Boston proper by any stretch.
And just before we get into the card, which is, you know, obviously incredible card, watching these announcements come out day by day has been brilliant. You know, the promise that this was going to be such a huge card has definitely been fulfilled. But very cool to see that, you know, you've got the sort of standard tickets and the VIP tickets. What do you want to talk us through kind of what that gives you? Because there's some cool things given.
Absolutely. So what you get extra with the VIP is you get premier seating, basically, right around, not seating, but standing room, right around the pit. So basically, you're going to be in all the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
You're going to have the best view of the battle. You also get to bypass the line. The VIP enters first before general admission. And you get a coupon of some sort for... I'm not sure exactly how much either. I think it's $25 at the King of the Dot store for some merchandise. And we always try to make sure that our VIP area gets their money's worth.
Yeah, that's really good. I like there's that exclusive front row kind of thing. That's very cool. And I think something about, you know, these battles are such high quality that, you know, it's definitely worth the money. And we're going to be getting is it going to be a live pay-per-view or is it going to be afterwards?
Oh, no, it'll definitely be a live pay-per-view.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, fantastic. And avocado on that, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I've been working very closely with Avocado in preparing for this event because we want this to be something truly special.
Yeah, yeah, my God, like, you know, as a fan from the UK, I can only salivate jealously looking overseas and just being like, oh, one day, you know, it'd be amazing. But nonetheless, you got the pay-per-view, so I'm sure loads of us are going to be picking that up, no doubt. But we'll get into the card as a whole. And first battle, you know, DNA, tried and tested, King of the Dot guy, always does good over there. You know, just saw him versus A-Ward. Fantastic battle. Another person who had a great battle at Blackout was Jimz. This makes sense, doesn't it, as a matchup?
Yeah, no, I think this is a great matchup. DNA, who's a good friend of mine, he's one of the people I've known longest in battle rap. He's battled pretty much everyone. It's funny because he's one of my good friends. You'd think I'd try and put him in these super huge matchups, but there's not really a whole lot of big talent that he hasn't faced already. So it's very hard. But one thing he is good at doing is being a vet that's well respected, that's willing to give these guys that are on the come up a shot. And Jimz is definitely that. I mean, he's been around for a while, but his popularity's been soaring through the roof recently due to his battles improving, but also due to his online presence. He's got these blogs that are hilarious.
Yeah.
And I think that's done a lot to increase his popularity, and he's doing great self-promotion.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, his sort of his dirty recaps and stuff are fantastic. Jimz is, yeah, he's great. Actually, I need to get him on the show. I think that'd be a really good episode. He's a really interesting dude. And you know, the way that Don't Flop, King of the Dot, kind of, you know, cater to their up and coming guys, the new guys like Jimz. Shotti P's another great example. Putting him against Shotgun Suge, that, you know, awesome matchup.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of history with Suge in Detroit, obviously, and Shotti P is somebody that's been just battling everybody that we put in front of him and taking him out. You know, had a very competitive battle with Swave at Blackout, and I've been really impressed with what Shotti's doing. He had a great battle at Massacre last year against Excel. Yeah. And Shotgun Suge's another person that, while not on our league, has been, lifting his name up hugely to the point where he had what was considered a dream matchup booked between him and Hitman Holla. And, that was a highly anticipated battle that both of those were, they definitely showed up for that performance. Yeah. So, I'm excited to see what Shotgun Suge does with Shotti P. And Shotgun hasn't been on King of the Dot in a minute, so it'll be good to have him back.
Yeah, definitely. And Shotti P doesn't seem to flinch, really, no matter who he's put up against. You talk about Swave. Now we've got Shotgun as well. XL, obviously battled Clips at the Ganic versus Gully card. And speaking of Clips, we've got Clips versus Saurus, which is, I'm mega excited for this one. This is one of those ones where it's like, how the hell hasn't this gone down yet?
Yeah, I mean, this is one. Obviously, everyone knows there's been a pet battle of mine that I've been trying to make happen, of E. Farrell versus the Saurus.
Yeah,
and it didn't make sense for right now in the way the company's going. But a Charlie Clips versus the Saurus battle is an unbelievable battle of legends.
Yep.
That you almost hope these guys leave at least half a round open somewhere to freestyle.
Right. Yeah, it'd be great if they just left it. They agreed. Okay, well, I know Clips famously doesn't write that much, but it's like, okay, our thirds are just completely free. Like, we're just going to sort of see what we can do. But, yeah, I mean, Saurus, obviously, in the form of his life at the moment. I had him on the show recently. Great episode. That'll be out soon as well. But, I mean, I can't wait for this. They're almost they're quite similar, aren't they? They're very funny. They've got great personalities. I can't wait to see them clash.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a very interesting battle. I think they're both going to appreciate each other's good lines. I think if both of them really come with it, it could be a classic for the ages.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. They just have classic written all over it. I think out of any of the battles, this is up there as one of the best. And we get, it happens a lot in battle rap where for whatever reason battles don't happen, but because everyone's written their rhymes and may have been paid or whatever, or the battles go down at other events. And in this case, very excited to see that Charron Averb's rescheduled for MASS3.
Yeah, no, that's a big battle that definitely needed to happen. It was through no fault of either of the battle rappers that it didn't happen at Blackout, so it was something that we were, definitely on schedule to reschedule at one of our big events. There was talk of it going down at a smaller event to kind of boost a smaller event up into large status, but that's really too big of a battle, and I think that needs to happen on one of our marquee cards for the year.
Yeah, and I think especially as Averb's kind of, I think he's in his later phase now. He's having kind of his closing battles and stuff. This is what potentially could be his final King of the Dot battle. A great farewell, really. Huge opponent, massive card. I can't see this one not being fantastic.
Yeah, no, and both of them have talked about how much they want this battle to happen. So I can't see this one being anything but great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it live, that's for sure. And, Averb is one of two people that seems to be kind of like on their farewell tour on this card.
Yeah, certainly. And we get to the next battle. This is a battle that I'm really excited for, being Chilla versus Illmac. I mean, Nikiya, I've always been an Illmac fan. Obviously, everyone's an Illmac fan. The guy's a genius. But through the recent Ruin Your Day stuff, the sort of watch stuff that he's been on, I've got a newfound respect for the guy. Like, just, how intelligent, perceptive he is, how funny he is as well. And he hasn't battled since Roan, I think, when he lost to Roan. So he hasn't battled for about 18 months or not. Exciting to see him coming back against Chilla.
Yeah, no, this is a battle that I really wanted to happen. You want to talk about a battle of good pens. This is probably the pinnacle of what you could ask for with that. Chilla is absolutely known for his pen. He was known for scheming in his early days, but I think he's grown past that. I've seen a lot more aggression and a lot more personal bars that Chilla's been coming with. And I think that diversity is great for him. And Illmac's been known as one of the best pens in battle rap for years at this point.
Oh, yeah.
His third round against Bigg K is considered one of the best written rounds of all time. So I think this battle makes a lot of sense, and this is what I'm really excited for.
Yeah, definitely, because it's free of that title match thing. There's no forced hands here. Illmac is coming in this kind of wanting to do it, and obviously Chilla's got the sort of Boston backing to a certain extent. This Chilla versus Illmac, this could be incredible. Now the next match, Daylyt, obviously Daylyt, regardless of your opinions on him, the guy always shows out on King of the Dart. Does very well. Versus Mickey Factz, quite an interesting left field choice.
Well, this is a battle that's been supposed to happen for years. Both of them have talked about it numerous times. And so this was something that was kind of more of a battle that was offered to us to be put together more than, you know what I'm saying? This was a battle that both of them wanted to do and wanted to do it on the Massacre card. And, it's an honor to have them there. I think this could be something unlike any other battle that we've seen before.
Yeah, definitely. And Mickey Factz, I'm not too familiar. I know that he was a URL sort of talent scout to a certain extent, and he has battled a little bit as well. But this is definitely kind of a step up for the guy in a round, battling on a huge card against. He battled Danger Zone a couple of years ago in CR before, according to Verse Tracker. But this should be fun. And you were saying earlier about battlers with their farewell tours and stuff like that. So we touched on Verb. Arsonal, who, as a Don't Flop guy, we love him, URL love him, King of the Dot, everyone loves Arsonal, he always gives him the goods. Him versus Iron Solomon, this is going to be a big challenge, for both of them, but for Arsonal on Iron's kind of home league to a certain extent, this could be tough.
Yeah, let me just rewind real quick to Mickey Factz.
Oh, yeah, please.
Since you're not so familiar with him. While he doesn't necessarily have the battling credits, what he has is credits as an actual hip-hop artist.
Right.
He was, I think, 2009 XXL freshman class. So he's got some accolades as far as his mixtapes and a lot of people that have co-signed him as being one of the better lyricists out there. So that's why I think that one...
Yeah.
That one's going to surprise people. That's the one I would watch out. Ars versus Iron is an incredible battle to me for so many reasons. Ars being on his way out, I think he's going up against, 4 of the best guys to ever do it on his way out. He's got his 2-on-2 with Suge against Clips and Goods today.
Yeah.
Then he's battling Iron at Mass, and then he's battling Loaded Lux on his league. He's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah.
But I've spoken to Arsonal personally. I know that he really wants to focus on his music. And so I think he's going to want to go out on top, and that's what he's trying to prove. He's going to take the toughest competitors, and he's going to give them everything he had. So I'm very excited to see what Arsonal comes with. And Iron only battles who he wants to battle.
Yeah.
So if he's battling Arsonal, he's going to come with his best stuff. I'm very interested to see how that one turns out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and yeah, Iron is picky in the best possible sense. We last saw him World Dom 6 against Clips, and he's sort of, his return has been exclusively on King of the Dot, and the quality he's giving King of the Dot. Like, personally, Iron versus B Magic, one of my favorite King of the Dot battles, full stop. Like, I thought that was a classic on Massacre 2. That was, obviously, people talk about the Diz battle as well, the Daylyt battle. The guy is, incredible writer, performer. But we get to the top of the card. A battle people have been asking for years. So, I kind of can't believe it's going down. Pat versus Bigg K.
Yeah, this is a battle I've wanted to see happen for a long time.
Yeah.
I think this is a clash of titans. Both of these guys are bigger than life, both in physical stature and their battle rap personas.
Definitely.
I think this is going to be a very aggressive classic battle. And, you know, I don't know. I always hope for every battle on my card to be a classic, as I'm sure everyone does, but those come along so far and few between. But I figure if I shoot for a classic and I get an amazing battle, that's you know, the best you can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think both. It's kind of it's sort of obvious when you think about it. Really, they're kind of quite similar in a sense. They're quite. I like Clash of the Titans. I think that's a great way to describe it as well. They're quite bolshy. They're, you know, gigantic in stature and influence, and this is going to be an all-out war. I think all of these battles make a lot of sense. They've got a lot of interesting kind of, you know, dynamics playing in behind them, and Pat versus Bigg K kind of tops out fantastic. This, you know, what is it like for you as someone who's involved with the event? Are you doing anything on the day, or is it more like your work is kind of prior setting it up?
No, I still have to do lots of things. There's still lots of logistical things that you have to take care of behind the scenes. You got to figure out where people are staying, how they're flying in, you know, everything like that. It's definitely the work is definitely not over for me.
I mean, I hope you get to enjoy these battles at least, you know, in some sort of form.
Yeah, no, luckily, day of the event, I typically don't have to do too much because we've got a pretty well-oiled machine. It's kind of my job just to make sure that it all happens. If anything's not happening that needs to happen, then that's where I need to step in.
Yeah, and as I say, you know, people obviously need to pick up the tickets for this. This is July 22nd, is that right?
Yeah, and while I did say that this is a larger venue than we've ever been at, the last two massacres have sold out well in advance of the doors opening.
Yeah.
And it would not surprise me at all if we sold this one out weeks before this one opens either.
No.
It's, you know, this is probably the biggest card that we've had on Massacre, and so the biggest venue makes sense. And I hope to see everyone there. You don't have your passport? You can't fly out?
Oh, man. I would love to. I would love to. I think maybe one day I'm definitely going to come over to a King of the Dart event, and I think if I do, it would probably be a mass event. I think that's what I'd do. Maybe MASS3. Maybe when that goes down, maybe when we, you know, where Saurus, Farrell as the headliner there, I think I'll be there certainly. But I mean, you know, there's not just MASS3 on this day, July 22nd. You know, the following day we have, you know, the classic King of the Dot GZ card. This is at the El Cid Lounge in Ludlow. What's this venue like?
All right, so this is another time that I've leaned on my brothers in the 413 Battle League.
Right.
Who they also helped me get the venue for MASS1. And so this is a little bit further west in Mass, but this league has done a lot to support us, and they've had some great battles in their own right. They were the host of Eric Farrell, E. Farrell, and Jeffrey versus DNA and K-Shine. And they also had, what was another big battle they had there? Daylyt versus Uno Lavos. Right. They've had some bigger matchups, and they have some great local talent. One of which is going to be on this GZ card, which is going to be Verse versus Lev Corso. And Verse is somebody I've been watching for a couple of years and been trying to get him a ground zero shot because he's got a lot of talent. I think the kid could go far. Given the right opportunity, and so I'm happy to see that he's getting it here. Yeah,
and loads of great battles on this card. You know, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, some of these people I don't know. Similarly, I guess if an American Canadian was given a Don't Flop Training Days card, you know, and I don't even know that card off by heart, but a few things sticking out to me, including XL versus Oops. Great to see him coming back. He's like a congressman, isn't he? Like a senator or something?
Yeah, he's definitely within the government.
Yeah.
Excited to see him coming back as well. This is a battle that I was very excited to help set up. Excel's another good friend of mine as part of Team Hami and whatnot. And this is a battle I'm excited to see. I will definitely be there and looking forward to this battle.
Yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it? After the sort of high impact, you know, you got your Factz, Bigg K, Arsonal, Iron Solomon, and not that these aren't kind of great battles, but it's less, you know, there's sort of less pressure there, and it's a bit more of a sort of relaxed atmosphere. But that's a great battle on there. Megadeth versus Rosenberg Raw as well. That's a cool matchup.
And that's going to be another very aggressive matchup. You know, they're both going to be barking in each other's faces, and yeah. You know, I think people are really going to enjoy that one.
Yeah, and I mean, cool. You know, we've got Saint, who kind of I know him mostly from the bunker battle against Geech Gaia. That was a really good battle. And then we have you know, Dunce, and it's Essam, which is a really cool match as well. Obviously, Dunce came from that E Farrell clash. We got Snow in a 2-on-2. We got Mr. Mills, who's like pretty established, really. You know, he's had like PGs and battled like JC on RBE and Danny Myers, and you know, he's had some great battles. So you know, it's stacked really from back to front. I want to urge people, if you're in the local area, you know, if you want to get the pay-per-view, definitely, you know, go onto the King of the website. You know where I'll put all the links in the description, all that good stuff. But this is an incredible card yet again, Nikiya. I mean, you know, how are you feeling? We've got about a month building up to it. You must be pretty satisfied. The reaction's been very strong.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this one. I've been excited by the reaction to all the Massacre cards. Last year was incredible. When I went to MASS3, there were people that had flown in from Ireland and Australia, and it was crazy.
Yeah, wow.
I never expected that. And there were actually like multiple people. Like I want to say there were 2 different people I met that flew in from Ireland. One that I knew because I'd talked to him ahead of time was flying in specifically for the event.
Jeez, I mean, why not? Absolutely. I mean, you know, people fly over the world for sports games, concerts, visit family, whatever. You know, this is a good excuse as any. This is a real top tier quality card. I want to just urge people once more, pick up that on-demand video. If Avocado and the team are at the helm, you know it's going to be crisp. You know it's going to be, you know, flawless streaming as well. But Nikiya, as ever, it's been a pleasure to talk to you, man. Thank you for coming on to preview this card.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Tom.